This is Frankie Abbruzzino with the Uncensored Report. Could you imagine, just imagine, you're simply out there, you drive down to your local Walmart, your grocery store, Publix, whatever it is, you load up on your food, your water, your essential supplies, but you're doing this during an actual emergency. Are you living in some kind of fantasy land? And you're seeing that now. If you look at what happened in Florida last year, if you look at what happened over there in Corpus Christi right now, there's videos out there of fights occurring over food, shelves being empty, not unlike the ones you see up on this video screen. But imagine if it was more than just a couple of days. Imagine if your electric was out for weeks on end. Imagine if it was a major catastrophe. What if gas shoots up, I don't know, $10 a gallon, unemployment 15%? What if there's some of these small protests that you might be seeing out there actually grow larger, actually grow violent? What if that level of comfort out there that we're used to in a society, a normal society, starts to slip away, downhill? Have you taken time to store away food, water, and all the basic essentials for 30, 60, 70, 80 a year? If you think about it, it's not that far-fetched, and it's probably something you should consider, especially when you see what's happening over a basic hurricane. Last year, we had major traffic issues. Everybody was coming over from the east coast of Florida, heading over here to the west coast. Rooms were filling up quick. I, myself, I've got food. I got the 6-month supply. Somebody said, oh, you're an idiot for putting it out there. Well, you know, look, I got food, I got water, but I also got guns that are there to protect me. I will still go out and get more. If there's an issue, I'll run out and get more because I want to hoard it. I want as much as I can have to survive. But I got the basics ready. And you should too. If you look back in history at some of the plans, back I believe it was 2008, the Pentagon, they announced plans they were going to deploy 20,000 soldiers out there in domestic continental United States. Pretty scary stuff. They were going to be trained and specifically to handle civil unrest. They were going to call this or consider this a quick response team for nuclear, biological, or chemical attacks. And that's not far-fetched. If you research, and if you go beyond just listening to what MSN projects out, you'll find that our grid is in horrible shape. You'll find that there's major health and safety concerns with a lot of our nuclear plants that are old and deteriorating. You'll find that a chemical attack is not that far-fetched. So they looked at this whole stability police force to combat unrest, which you would see. I think they said after like 5 days, you'd almost start seeing cannibalism in some cases. So you see empty shelves. Right now over in Corpus Christi, it's a common sight, right? There's an emergency going on. But what if and I guess that's okay if it's just a storm coming through and you might have to be buckled down in your house for a day or two. There's a snowstorm out there. But what if our power grid went down? I've done this before. I've researched it thoroughly. And basically, there's 9 power grid points. And they came out and they said there was an attack on the power grid over in, I think it was LA. It was years ago when I did the report. And after that, Congress said, look, we got to research this and see if our grid is solid. They came back and said, no, our grid is not solid. And basically, they got these 9 points. And there's this one piece of manufactured part. I can't remember what it's called. But they only make it in Europe, one place in Europe and one place in Canada. It takes like 18 months, and we have none on back order. So if you take down the grid with that one device, boom, you're out of electric for possibly up to 18 months. So what if it went down? What if we had some space weather anomaly, like the solar flare? What if we actually had North Korea do an EMP attack? Could you imagine a major crisis? Imagine having no power for 3, 4, 5 months, weeks, maybe years. And this could happen. They put out, NASA put out a solar assessment back in 2013 saying this is possible. These are very real things that we all need to think about. And it makes you think about it even more when you see just a small situation like a hurricane coming, how the shelves are emptied, how fights break out. Imagine a major catastrophe. Do you have money saved? A lot of people wouldn't be able to get money. The electric goes out. A lot of people live paycheck to paycheck. It's all in the bank. Bank shuts down. You can't get any electricity. You can't get any money. And not that money would help you, because a lot of people they have found in these type of crises, if you look at Katrina, for example, a lot of money is of very little value. What's of more value is fuel, food, alcohol. For some reason, alcohol, ice, they trade ice for alcohol. And this is just for short-term events. What if there's some type of long-term controversy, some type of long-term collapse out there? You know, we saw, and with Katrina, there was incredible demand for some reason for alcohol, for 12-volt pumps and different things. Bags of ice were being traded for alcohol. The National Guard was out there doing that. They're about they would essentially trade their cases of MREs, which is what a lot of the survivalists will get, in exchange for a cheap bottle of booze. How about gold and, you know, I thought gold and silver. But a lot of people, it's funny, there's this guy, Mark Dice, he does a lot of man on the street stuff. He's out there with silver and he says, hey, I'll give you 1 ounce of silver for $1 or for free. And people are looking at him strange, not sure what he's talking about. And they had no interest in it, or it was a block of gold. I can't remember. But it's amazing how many people don't understand the value of metals. And so people might look at you, you know, you might think, hey, I got these silver bars and that, but people look at you because they don't get it. They don't understand the value behind them. And so you need to evaluate, what does this all mean? Should you give some consideration to storing, stocking food-related items, water? How will you barter if there is a major catastrophe out there? What if we go into a full-blown economic meltdown? Hyperinflation. What if there's a domestic war, a massive stock market crash, some type of martial law, an attack by North Korea, some type of large-scale natural disaster? Do you have an insurance plan? And have you implemented that insurance plan? Just food for thought. This has been Frankie Abbruzzino with the Uncensored Report. Everybody have a great day, and I can't tag all over. There we go. See ya.